Think about it. Everyone around you is making plans. Weekend gatherings, crowded dinner tables, moments to post on social media. And you quietly say no. Not an excuse, a real no. Staying home feels more real to you than going out, and you don't feel like you need to explain that to anyone. But somewhere in the back of your mind, there's always that question, is something wrong with me? The answer is no. But why you are this way runs much deeper than you probably think. Society has always put the same label on people like you. Introverted, socially anxious, maybe a little strange. But psychology tells a different story. Preferring solitude is not a deficiency. Most of the time, it is a defense system. And defense systems don't form in a vacuum. They are built, slowly, usually in childhood. And inside the brain of someone who right now says, I just like being alone, there is actually a pattern that was shaped years ago. You are 7 years old. You come home from school. You open the door and silence. No one is there. Just you and that big, quiet house. At first, it feels unsettling, then normal, then safe. Because in that silence, no one can disappoint you. No one can do something unexpected. The control was yours. And your brain took note of that equation. Psychologists call this defensive autonomy. It's the reflex of protecting one's inner space from the stimuli of the outside world. This mechanism develops especially in two situations. The first is insecure attachment. When caregiving figures in childhood behaved inconsistently, sometimes present, sometimes gone, the brain draws a lesson. Needing people is dangerous, and slowly the person begins to attach to spaces rather than people. The second is emotional overload. People with high sensitivity process far more signals in social environments than others do. The energy in a room, the tension, the silent expectations. This creates an enormous fatigue for the brain, and home is where that fatigue finally ends. So where does this tendency come from? Research consistently shows that when you look at the childhoods of adults who prefer solitude, 3 common patterns emerge. Unpredictable emotional environments. You never know when a parent's mood will shift. Someone who laughs one moment and turns cold the next. Emotional privacy violations. Having your feelings dismissed, being mocked when you open up, being told you're overreacting, and chronic overstimulation. Loud, crowded, uncontrollable environments. When these 3 things come together, the brain receives a very clear message. Outside is exhausting. Inside is safe. Now you are 30. An invitation arrives. Good people, a nice place. And still, something tightens inside you. You start getting ready, but your energy is already draining before you've even walked out the door. You send a message, I'm a bit tired today, sorry. And the moment you put the phone down, you breathe, really breathe. This is not weakness. This is a survival reflex your nervous system learned. Now I need to say something important. This defense mechanism didn't break you, it built you. Research on people who are at peace with solitude consistently shows the following. Higher self-awareness. In the absence of noise, you can hear your own voice. Most people avoid being alone because they are afraid to sit with their own thoughts. You seek that silence. Deeper problem-solving capacity. Minds that work alone are generally able to build longer chains of thought. Uninterrupted concentration is not an ordinary skill. Lower susceptibility to manipulation. Someone with a low need for social approval is more resistant to pressure. The argument everyone is doing it doesn't work on you because everyone is not your reference point.
Picture a meeting. Everyone is talking, ideas flying through the air. One person louder, another more persuasive, and there is one person there, speaking little, but their eyes are watching everything. The meeting ends. That person says 2 sentences to the manager, calm, clear, direct, and the manager nods. No one quite understood how it happened, but that person had been quietly thinking in their room for months. They were ready. But I need to be honest here. Every powerful defense mechanism comes with a cost. Solitude may be feeding you, but sometimes, do you notice when it is trapping you? In psychology, this is called avoidant adaptation. A behavior that was once adaptive continues even when it is no longer necessary. The danger has passed, but the defense is still running. Maybe you no longer need protection from the crowd. Maybe the people at that gathering are genuinely harmless. Maybe that invitation won't drain you. It might actually fill you up. But the brain doesn't notice because the brain learns from the past, not the present. And the real question is this: does staying home rest you, or are you hiding from the world? The two look very similar, but psychologically, there is a deep difference between them. One day, someone says to you, "I want to spend time with you." And there are two voices inside you. One says, "No, it will be exhausting." The other says, "But maybe it would feel good." And you hear that second voice, but you choose the first, every time. This is no longer a choice. This is an autopilot. In the world we live in right now, this kind of character structure has actually become a rare advantage. In the age of the attention economy, a world where everyone is constantly reacting, moving on impulse, someone who stops and thinks has become uncommon. Social media is built on approval loops, and you don't enter that loop. This makes you invisible in some ways, but at the same time, independent. Research shows that individuals with a high tolerance for solitude are more successful at making long-term decisions, because their decision-making process comes from internal evaluation, not social pressure. You don't do whatever the crowd is doing. Quietly, you walk your own path. And that is a freedom most people never reach. So yes, if you prefer to be alone, this doesn't mean something is missing in you. It means your brain once protected you, and that protective instinct is still running. But know this too: defense mechanisms keep working long after the war is over. To put down your weapon, you first have to realize the war has actually ended. Maybe there is no longer a reason to wait for that empty house. Maybe you can walk inside, and this time, maybe someone might be there too. The deepest loneliness is not running from others, it is running from yourself.